Good morning, distinguished guests and friends from around the world. I'm Catherine Pang, and it's a great pleasure to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the World Library and Information Congress 2026 Busan. This is a global celebration. Yes, thank you. As you well know, this is a global celebration of library professionals, all of you, bringing together knowledge, culture, and the future. So we will now officially kick off the opening ceremony. All right, I hope you're ready because we're ready to begin. We'll first hear welcoming remarks from a few of our distinguished guests. Please welcome National Assembly member Yeonuk Jung, organizational co-chair of WLIC 2026 Busan. If you can help me, please give him a warm round of applause.
네, 반갑습니다. 존경하는 내외 귀빈 여러분, 그리고 세계 각국에서 이렇게 아름다운 해양 관광 도시 부산을 찾아주셔서 감사합니다. 2026년 부산 세계도서관 정보대회 국가위원회 공동조직위원장으로서 진심으로 여러분들의 부산 방문을 환영합니다. 1928년 로마에서 첫 발을 뗀 세계 도서관 정보 대회가 어느덧 아흔돌 제90회를 맞았습니다. 2006년 서울에서 개최된 이후에 20년 만에 책과 사람, 도시가 어우러지는 부산에서 다시 여러분들을 모시게 되어서 매우 뜻깊게 생각합니다. 오늘 이 있기까지 많이 애써주신 도서관 국가위원회와 관계자 여러분들께도 깊은 감사의 말씀을 전합니다. 이번 대회의 주제는 변화를 이끄는 도서관입니다. 디지털 전환과 인공지능의 시대에도 도서관은 흔들림 인류의 지혜를 지키고 새로운 지식을 축적해가는 곳이라 믿습니다. 쏟아지는 정보의 홍수 속에서 신뢰할 수 있는 지식과 정보를 지켜내는 도서관의 역할은 오히려 더욱 커지고 있습니다. 동시에 도서관의 존재 자체가 지역 주민들의 생활과 삶을 이어주는 건강한 커뮤니티의 중심이라는 점도 새겨야 할 것 같습니다. 이번 대회가 도서관인들의 국제적 네트워크를 강화하고 아시아 태평양 지역 도서관 발전에도 기여하길 바랍니다. 부산은 K컬처의 활력과 도서관의 오랜 전통이 함께 숨쉬는 도시입니다. 나흘간 120여 개국에 3,000여 명의 도서관이 이 도시에서 지혜를 나누며 국경을 넘어선 지식과 우정의 교류가 활짝 피어나길 바랍니다. 다시 한번 2026년 부산 세계도서관 정보대회 개막을 다시 한번 축하하며 뜻깊고 성공적인 대회가 되기를 진심으로 기원합니다. Welcome to Busan.
And once again, that was National Assembly member Yeonuk Jung. And now we are going to hear welcoming remarks on behalf of our beautiful host city, Busan. May I present Jae Soo-jeon, Mayor of Busan Metropolitan City. Please help me welcome Mayor Jae Soo-jeon.
존경하는 국제도서관협회 연맹 회장님과 임원 여러분, 국내외 기빈 여러분, 그리고 세계 각국에서 부산을 찾아주신 도서관 정보 분야 전문가 여러분, 부산시장 전재수입니다. 안녕하십니까? 2026 세계 도서관 정보 대회를 부산에서 개최하게 된 것을 뜻깊게 생각합니다. 부산에 오신 모든 분들을 환영합니다. 이번 대회는 2006년 서울 개최 이후 20년 만에 대한민국에서 다시 열리는 행사이자 부산에서는 처음 개최되는 도서관 정보 분야 국제회의입니다. 부산과 도서관의 인연은 각별합니다. 한국 전쟁이 한창이던 1952년 피란 수도 부산에서 3,000여 권의 장소로 국회 도서실이 문을 열었습니다. 오늘날 국회 도서관의 출발이었습니다. 보수동에서는 피란민들이 책방을 열었고 학생들은 그곳에서 구하기 어려웠던 책을 마련하며 배움을 이어갔습니다. 전쟁의 어려움 속에서도 배움의 끈을 놓지 않았던 도시 부산에 오늘 세계 도서관인들이 모인 것입니다. 도서관은 오랫동안 인류가 쌓아온 지식을 보존하고 누구나 새로운 질문과 영감을 얻을 수 있도록 문을 열어온 공간입니다. 세상을 바꾼 발견과 기술, 문화와 예술도 축적된 지식과 상상력 위에서 시작됐습니다. AI를 비롯한 디지털 기술은 정보가 생산되고 유통되는 방식을 바꾸고 있습니다. 새로운 기술로 단 몇 초 만에 정보를 모으고 정리해 줍니다. 그러나 정보가 많아질수록 무엇이 사실인지 어떻게 활용할 것인지 판단하는 일은 더 어렵고 더 중요해졌습니다. 이러한 변화 속에서 도서관의 역할에 대한 고민도 커지고 있습니다. 올해 대회의 주제는 변화를 이끄는 도서관입니다. 도서관에서 얻은 영감이 행동으로, 새로운 질문이 실험으로, 축적된 지식이 시민의 삶을 바꾸는 실천으로 이어지기를 기대합니다. 도서관이 배움과 토론, 실험과 협업의 공간으로 확장되고 새로운 지역과 공동체의 새로운 가능성을 여는 데 기여하기를 바랍니다. 이번 대회에서 나눈 지혜와 논의는 세계 각국의 도서관 정책과 현장에서 구체적인 실천으로 이어질 것입니다. 세계와 연결된 해양도시 부산도 도서관을 시민이 소통하고 배우며 지역의 변화를 함께 만들어가는 열린 공간으로 발전시켜 나가겠습니다. 지식과 경험, 새로운 생각과 실천이 오가는 지식의 항구로 나아가겠습니다. 무덥긴 합니다만 부산의 여름은 어느 계절보다 열정적이고 역동적입니다. 아름다운 바다와 문화, 부산 곳곳의 다양한 도서관도 꼭 한번 경험해 보십사 하는 말씀을 드리겠습니다. 다시 한번 부산에 오신 모든 분들께 진심 어린 환영의 인사를 드립니다. 고맙습니다.
And once again, this was the mayor of Busan Metropolitan City, Choi Soo-jeon. And now it is time for our next speaker. It's time for congratulatory remarks from Chung Sik-jo, Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea, who joins us today to celebrate once again the opening of WLIC 2026 Busan. And it's a long walk as he makes it to the stage. Can we give him a warm welcome?
존경하는 내외 기빈 여러분 반갑습니다. 대한민국 국회의장 조정식입니다. 전 세계 도서관인들의 최대 축제인 2026 세계 도서관 정보대회 개막을 진심으로 축하드립니다. 귀한 자리를 준비해 주신 레스 위어 국제도서관협회 연맹 회장님, 그리고 공동조직위원장을 맡아주신 정현욱 차지우 의원님, 최희영 문화체육관광부 장관님, 전재수 부산광역시장님을 비롯해 이 자리에 함께 계신 모든 관계자 여러분께 깊이 감사드립니다. 부산을 찾아주신 각국 대표단과 해외 귀빈 여러분께 특별한 환영과 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 웰컴 투 부산. 이곳 부산은 6.25 전쟁 피난 수도 시절인 1952년 국회 도서관의 모태가 된 국회 도서실이 첫걸음을 내디딘 도시입니다. 전쟁의 참화 속에서도 지식과 기록을 지켜냈던 이곳 부산에서 세계의 도서관인들이 함께 모여 도서관의 새로운 미래를 모색하게 되어 감회가 새롭습니다. 도서관은 인류 지식의 보고이자 문명과 역사의 진보를 만든 자양분이었습니다. 이번 행사의 주제처럼 도서관은 변화를 이끌었고 앞으로도 인류 문명이 나아갈 방향을 밝혀줄 것입니다. 세계는 디지털 정보 시대에서 한 단계 발전하며 AI 시대로 진입을 하고 있습니다. 생성형 AI가 몇 초 만에 지식을 요약하고 답을 내놓는 시대에 과연 도서관이 여전히 필요한가라는 질문이 제기될 수 있습니다. 하지만 답이 빨라지는 시대일수록 스스로 생각하고 질문하는 능력이 더욱 중요할 것입니다. 도서관은 질문의 힘을 키워내는 곳입니다. 지식의 저장을 넘어 지식의 검증과 윤리, 그리고 민주주의 공론장으로서의 역할이 더욱 중요해지고 있습니다. AI 시대에 도서관의 가치가 더욱 커지는 이유도 여기에 있습니다. 대한민국 국회도 도서관의 미래를 함께 만들어 가겠습니다. 도서관의 미래는 인류 사회의 진보 그리고 민주주의 발전의 길로 이어지기 때문입니다. AI가 만들어낼 새로운 격차 앞에서 지식에 대한 접근은 소수의 특권이 아니라 모두의 권리여야 합니다. 도서관이 인간의 존엄을 지키고 사회 변화를 이끄는 공공 기반으로서 역할을 다할 수 있도록 국회도 정보 접근권 강화 등 필요한 입법으로 충실히 뒷받침하겠습니다. 국회 도서관이 AI 시대 지식정보의 나침판이 되도록 힘쓰고 우리가 쌓아온 디지털 도서관의 경험과 기술을 더 많은 나라의 도서관들과 함께 나누겠습니다. 74년 전 부산의 작은 도서실에서 시작한 걸음이 오늘 세계 도서관인들을 이 도시로 아름다운 부산으로 불러 모았습니다. 아름다운 해양도시 부산에서 펼쳐지는 이번 대회가 지혜의 바다에서 인류의 미래를 함께 항해하는 뜻깊은 여정이 되기를 바랍니다. 다시 한번 세계 도서관 정보대회 개최를 진심으로 축하드리며 참석하신 모든 분들의 건강과 행운을 기원합니다. 감사합니다. Thank you very much.
Once again, that was the National Assembly Speaker, Chung Sik-jo. And we have a very special video message that we are going to view right now as I get the stage ready. And so, here we are. We will now present a congratulatory video message from Hae-kyung Kim. She is the First Lady of the Republic of Korea.
존경하는 세계 도서관인 여러분, 그리고 내외 귀빈 여러분, 2026 부산 세계 도서관 정보대회 개막을 진심으로 축하합니다. 뜻깊은 자리를 마련해 주신 웨슬리 위어 국제도서관협회연맹 회장님과 정연욱, 차지호 대회 조직위원장님을 비롯한 관계자 여러분께 깊이 감사드립니다. 아울러 세계 각지에서 아름다운 해양도시 부산을 찾아주신 대표단 여러분께 따뜻한 환영의 인사를 전합니다. 지난 2006년 서울대회에 이어 20년 만에 대한민국에서 여러분을 맞이하게 되어 무척 설레고 뜻깊게 생각합니다. 도서관은 오래도록 인류의 지식과 기억을 지켜온 역사의 보고입니다. 그리고 오늘날 도서관은 사람과 사람을 연결하고 차별 없이 지혜를 나누는 포용의 공간으로 진화하고 있습니다. 기술의 발전으로 모든 것이 빠르게 변화하는 시대일지라도 도서관만큼은 누구도 소외되지 않는 공간으로 남아야 합니다. 그럴 때 인류의 미래가 한층 밝아지고 모두의 삶이 더욱 풍성해질 것이라 생각합니다. 오늘 부산에서 나누는 연대와 협력의 지혜가 전 세계 도서관으로 널리 퍼져나가고 전 세계인들의 앞날을 환히 밝혀주기를 소망합니다. 다시 한번 부산 세계 도서관 정보대회 개막을 진심으로 축하합니다. 고맙습니다.
Once again, a message from the First Lady of Korea, Ms. Hae-kyung Kim. And now, it is time to present the first cultural performance. Cheonga, Korea's classical vocal art refined over centuries, embodies the elegance and grace of Korean tradition. Performed by Ha-yeon-ju, a certified practitioner of Kagok. Kagok is a national intangible cultural heritage, number 30. And this stage offers Arirang and Beautiful Country. Please enjoy Sounds of a Thousand Years, the beauty of Korea. 걸음마다
네, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 국악인 하윤주입니다. 먼저 부산 세계 정보관 대회에 초대해 주셔서 너무 감사합니다. 여기에 먼 걸음을 또 한 걸음에 달라오면서 무척 긴장되고 또 마음 한편으로는 영광스럽게 생각하고 있습니다. 도서관은 뭐라고 할까요? 책을 통해서 저희가 지식을 얻고 또 정보를 얻는 장소입니다. 그것을 또 나아가서 책 한 권을 통해서 또 세상을 만나고 사람과 사람의 마음을 연결해주는 아주 소중한 공간이라고 생각합니다. 이번 이 자리에서 지식과 정보의 교류를 넘어 여러 나라가 한자리에서 만나고 또 그 마음이 만나 문화와 예술이 조금 더 발전하고 또 향유될 수 있는 멋진 자리가 되기를 기원합니다. 마지막 곡으로 제가 이 마음을 담아서 아름다운 나라를 준비했는데요. 여러분 앞에 앞으로 모두 행복하시고 좋은 일들만이 가득하기를 바라겠습니다. 감사합니다.
저 산자락에 긴 노을 지면 걸음도 살며시 달님이 오시네. 밤 달빛에도 참 어여보라. 골목 산담장에 달빛을 밝히네. 겨울 what a beautiful performance. That was Ha Yunju once again. I have to say, I was amazed as well. All right, now we are ready for welcoming remarks from Leslie Weir, President of IFLA. So please help me welcome President Leslie Weir.
Ani ha seo. I'm trying. Good morning, bonjour tout le monde, Ani, in Anishinaabemowin, the language of the First Nation upon whose unceded, unsurrendered territory I have the honor to live. Can I just say, I think I'm in love with everything Korean. Woo! So, Mr. Cho Jong-sik, Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of South Korea, Mr. Chae Wee-young, Minister of Culture, Sports, and Tourism, Mr. Jung Young-uk, Member of the National Assembly, Mr. Char Ji-hoo, Member of the National Assembly, Mr. Kim Ki-young, Chair of the National Library Committee, Ms. Lee Jin-woo, President of the Korean Library Association. Distinguished guests, IFLA members and delegates from around the world. I am so privileged to be here with you to greet you this morning on behalf of the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions, and to welcome you to the 90th IFLA World Library and Information Congress, and how marvelous to actually be here in beautiful Busan. I would like to begin by paying tribute to those who have made our Congress possible with their incredible preparations and all the efforts over the past year. So I would like to ask them to stand so you can see what it takes to make this event possible. So, would those who have been part of the Korean National Committee please stand and turn around and wave at the crowd? So, members of the National Korean Committee, stand and wave. To my colleagues from the IFLA Governing Board, would you please stand and turn around and wave at the crowd? Woo. And if you're a volunteer on one of the many, many IFLA committees, please stand up, because the IFLA committees are responsible for organizing a large part of the program and content of this conference, and we really couldn't do it without them. So everyone who's been involved in preparing, the members of our committees, our special interest groups, our advisories committees, and the staff from IFLA headquarters. You guys, you've worked your butts off all year. So could you please stand so that we can recognize your incredible contributions? So all this happens to bring together the world of libraries. There is no other library conference as global in participation as WLIC. This year, we need a drum roll here because seriously, we have 3,064 registered delegates, and there may be even more to come. This is the largest IFLA Congress since before the pandemic. So congratulations to all of us. In IFLA's international family, we are delighted to welcome delegates from many different nations, including smaller nations like Curacao, Guatemala, from Guam and Vanuatu. And we also have delegates with over 50 delegates from 6 countries, from Australia, from Canada, from China, Japan, Malaysia, and the United States of America. But get ready for this, because they are all dwarfed by the incredible delegation of 1,455 Korean librarians. Woo! Welcome to each and every one of you to the IFLA family. Welcome to the World Library and Information Congress. And, as has been mentioned, our theme for this Congress is Libraries Powering Transformation, and it is so relevant and timely in today's world. It's clearly inspired the library field because so many of the sessions at this Congress are taking inspiration from that theme. So well done in terms of making a great choice for the theme of this Congress. And I'm glad that Libraries Powering Transformation resonates, as it reflects, I think, to a strong degree, the excitement across the profession for 2 things that really matter to me. Firstly, that we need to see transformation as positive. We cannot lean into stereotypes of being resistant to change. We need to be responsive in a world in flux, always looking, testing, taking risks in order to find the best ways to serve our communities. We need to be clear and constant in our values, in our missions, but can each go by achieving those in different ways that reflects our culture and our regions. Secondly, is the word powering. It's all about being actors, being agents that have the ability to change people's lives for the better. Libraries are not inert particles. We're not insulated, isolated from our communities. Just as they shape us, we need to recognize our role, our responsibility in helping shape them. We need to take this responsibility with our eyes open, with a readiness to listen, to learn, to share power and resources, to challenge ourselves and our assumptions. But in a world shaped by information, shocks and dysfunction, where information and knowledge inequities too easily have real-world impacts, the greatest sin would be if we did not act. Our host this year, the Republic of Korea, offers such splendid examples of libraries that are ready to rethink, to reconceive how they can make a difference. Facing change and working to shape it for the better requires boldness. Oh yes, Leslie Sleam as president, we're going to be bold. So it's not just about knowledge or technical skills, those are both very important, but it's about attitudes. It can be hard to change attitudes within a profession, except I can feel the excitement in this room that we in fact are all ready to make changes where we need to. I know from my own experience that there are few better ways to work towards changing attitudes that may be out of date than with gatherings like this, where we're going to be coming together over the next few days and sharing experience, sharing our expertise, and being able to take home lessons learned. Congresses are not just about an opportunity to recharge, to re-energize, but they also allow us to be inspired and to be influenced by our peers around the world, and to influence our peers around the world to take something of their insights and stories and integrate them into how we think and how we do. To come away with new courage, new boldness, to take on the challenges we face in our libraries to ensure that change becomes opportunity. So please do join me at the President's session on Tuesday, if you can fit it into your schedule, where I'll be moderating alongside with our President-elect, where we hear from great colleagues who've already taken on this challenge and are ready to share their thoughts and ideas. I hope you'll save a little bit of boldness for IFLA, of course, for driving forward all of your great work through our sections, our special interest groups, our committees, but also for IFLA as a whole, because we are entering into such an exciting time for the Federation's history. Our centenary year. And I need you to bring your ideas and to bring your boldness to bear in the conversations that we're going to be having over the next 13 months about how our Federation can, in its second century, realize the potential of international librarianship to deliver relevant and impactful library services and collections, and so sustainable futures for all through information and knowledge. Do come along to the session in conversation with the Governing Board on Wednesday to learn more about our IFLA Sustainable Futures journey. It's going to be an intense few days for all of us. I know from the conversations I've already had how excited we all are and how grateful we are to our wonderful hosts for their warm, warm welcome. Ces prochains jours s'annoncent intenses, mais d'après les conversations que j'ai déjà eues, je sais à quel point vous êtes tous enthousiastes, et je tiens à remercier nos merveilleux hôtes pour l'accueil chaleureux. So, I'm wishing everybody a fabulous conference, but don't forget, we're going to be bold, be bold, be bold together. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup.
Well, that was a rousing message, was it not? Well, for now, we are going to move on to some congratulatory remarks from Hyung Chae, who is the Minister of Culture, Sports, and Tourism of the Republic of Korea. So please help me welcome Minister Hyung Chae.
네, 존경하는 전 세계 도서관 정보학회 지도자 여러분, 그리고 자랑스러운 전국의 도서관인 여러분, 반갑습니다. 대한민국 문화체육관광부 장관 최휘영입니다. 세계 도서인들의 가장 큰 축제이자 인류의 지혜가 모이는 연결의 장인 2026 세계 도서관 정보대회를 부산에서 열게 된 것을 진심으로 축하드립니다. 뜻깊은 축제를 함께하기 위해 전 세계 각지에서 귀한 발걸음을 해주신 대표단 여러분을 진심으로 환영합니다. 대한민국의 이번 대회는 매우 뜻깊은 이정표입니다. 지난 2006년 서울 대회 이후 정확히 20년 만에 역동적인 해양 문화도시인 이곳 부산에서 전 세계 도서관인들이 다시 모였기 때문입니다. 지난 20년간 대한민국은 눈부신 디지털 대전환을 이루어냈고 이제 전 세계인들이 즐기는 K-컬처의 문화 강국으로 우뚝 섰습니다. 그리고 그 눈부신 성장의 뿌리에는 언제나 도서관이 있었습니다. 현재 한국의 공공도서관은 연간 이용자 수가 2억 2천만 명을 넘어서며 정부가 추진하는 일상 속의 문화 향유 정책의 최일선의 역할을 하고 있습니다. 도서관은 이제 단순히 책과 지식을 축적하는 공간을 넘어섰습니다. 인공지능과 첨단 기술을 적극적으로 접목해서 방대한 데이터를 자유롭게 흐르게 하는 디지털 지식 인프라로 진화하고 있습니다. 인공지능 대전환의 시대에 대한민국 정부는 전 세계 도서관이 인류의 지혜를 모으고 새로운 기술적 상상력을 실현하는 무한한 가능성의 공간이 되도록 전폭적으로 지원할 것입니다. 이번 부산 대회를 계기로 글로벌 도서관 사회와의 정책적 공조를 더욱 공고히 하고 글로벌 디지털 격차를 해소하기 위한 제도적 뒷받침을 아끼지 않겠습니다. 머무시는 동안 역동적인 해양도시 부산의 정취를 마음껏 누리시고 여러분이 가진 혁신의 지혜와 열정으로 전 세계 도서관의 새로운 미래를 힘차게 열어주시기 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
Once again, welcoming words from Minister Hyung-chae. And now it's time for congratulatory remarks on behalf of Korea's library community from Ki-young Kim, Chairperson of the National Library Committee. Please help me welcome Chairperson Ki-young Kim.
네, 안녕하세요. 존경하는 레슬리 위어 국제도서관 협회연맹 회장님, 전 세계 도서관 가족과 국내외 귀빈 여러분, 대단히 반갑습니다. 대통령 소속 국가도서관위원장 김기영입니다. 아름다운 해양 문화의 도시 대한민국 부산에서 열리는 2026 세계 도서관 정보대회에 참석하기 위해 세계 각국에서 오신 여러분을 진심으로 환영합니다. 아울러 전 세계 도서관인의 지혜가 모이는 이 귀한 축제회장을 준비해 주신 여러분의 노고에 깊은 감사를 드립니다. 대한민국은 2006년 서울대회 이후 정확히 20년 만에 다시 세계 도서관 정보대회를 개최합니다. 지난 20년간 대한민국 도서관계는 괄목할 만한 성장의 역사를 기록하였습니다. 도서관법 전면 개정을 통하여 국가도서관위원회를 신설하고 5년마다 도서관 발전 종합계획을 수립하여 현재 제4차 계획을 추진하고 있습니다. 이를 기반으로 20년 전 514개에 불과했던 한국의 공공도서관은 현재 1328개관으로 경이로운 성장을 이뤄냈으며 대학도서관, 학교도서관, 대학도서관, 학교도서관, 작은도서관 등 각종 도서관의 진흥을 위한 법적, 제도적 기반을 마련하였습니다. 이러한 성장의 중심에는 대한민국 정부 차원의 과감한 결단과 제도적 기반, 그리고 도서관을 향한 시민들의 관심과 지지가 있었습니다. 한국의 도서관은 정보 소외계층을 포함한 모든 시민들이 소통하고 문화를 향유하는 지역사회의 정보와 문화공간으로 자리잡았으며 디지털 지능형 서비스를 구축하여 시민과 사회의 미래를 위한 기반을 마련했습니다. 나아가 격변하는 AI 시대에 도서관의 기여를 강화할 수 있는 역할을 탐색하고 도서관 서비스의 품질을 향상시키기 위한 노력에 박차를 가하고 있습니다. 이번 부산대회는 이러한 한국 도서관의 역동적인 변화와 성과를 전 세계 동료들과 아낌없이 공유하는 자랑스러운 무대가 될 것입니다. 올해 주제인 변화를 이끄는 도서관처럼 도서관은 개인의 삶을 바꾸고 지역사회와 국가의 미래를 전환하는 강력한 수단입니다. 저는 이번 대회가 전 세계 도서관들의 혁신을 공유함으로써 도서관인의 역량을 강화하고 도약하는 도서관의 미래를 위한 기회가 되기를 기대합니다. 존경하는 도서관인 여러분, 이 거대한 변화의 중심에는 현장을 지켜온 여러분이 계십니다. 여러분의 전문성과 헌신이 있었기에 인류의 지성이 진보할 수 있었습니다. 여러분께 깊은 존경과 감사의 인사를 전합니다. 대회 기간 동안 마음껏 소통하고 영감을 나누며 미래 도서관의 청사진을 함께 그려주시길 바랍니다. 그리하여 이번 대회가 전 세계 도서관의 역사에 새로운 이정표를 세우는 대축제가 되기를 기원합니다. 감사합니다.
Wow, how amazing was that performance? I mean, talk about traditionalism plus modernity. And let me explain this performance. The group name is 생동감. That's the name of the group, and their LED-tron dance performance was called 오방색, which means 5 colors. So you saw the 5 colors. So can we give them one more round of applause, please? Thank you so much. And now we're ready to invite Sharon Memes, Secretary General of IFLA, to deliver welcoming remarks as well. Please help me give her a warm welcome. Secretary General Sharon Memes.
Wow, how do I follow that? I mean, absolutely incredible. Really extraordinary. I mean, what an amazing country. And how fortunate you are. I was listening to the remarks by the leaders of this country, and they were so inspiring. They are so supportive of libraries, and they really understand the power of libraries to transform lives. So, lucky Korea. So, 안녕하세요. Excuse my Korean pronunciation, but at least I wanted to be able to say one word in Korean. Thank you. But distinguished guests, colleagues, friends, greetings. I want to first echo Leslie's thanks. Thank you to our wonderful Korean hosts, the City of Busan, the National Committee, volunteers, members, sponsors, partners, and of course, my amazing IFLA team. And thank you, all of you. I know many of you make real sacrifices to be here. WLIC, IFLA, asks a lot of people: time, money, distance, and energy. And still you come back every year. Only librarians are this committed. But then, WLIC is the library event of the year, where we connect, learn, share, hug, laugh, and make lifelong friends. And it is unique because it brings the world of libraries together across borders, languages, cultures, and traditions around a shared belief that international collaboration can build a better world. And I never cease to be amazed by the loyalty, commitment, and hard work of IFLA's members and volunteers. You make IFLA what it is, this wonderful family. Thank you. So, first timers, be inspired. It's a high bar. But more importantly, welcome to the IFLA family. We won't let you leave easily. So, if this is your first IFLA Congress, stand up. Wow. Welcome. Now, I know that these congresses can feel a little overwhelming. I was certainly overwhelmed at my first one. But remember that librarians are amongst the friendliest and most generous of professions. So introduce yourself to someone new, and old-timers, please say hello to a first-timer after this opening session, and I will check at the closing ceremony that you have done this. So this may be my first time in Korea, and amazing country. I can't wait to visit it. But as you all know, it isn't IFLA's. The Congress was in Seoul in 2006. And I know that there will be some people who will stand up when I ask my next question. If you were in Seoul in 2006, 20 years ago, please stand up. Brilliant. Impressive. Proof, if needed, that once you catch the IFLA bug, there is no escape. And as someone said to me, yes, but WLIC isn't really a congress, it's a lifestyle choice. And I thought that that encapsulated it beautifully. And that is the beauty of IFLA, of the Congress. Seoul to Busan, one generation of librarians to the next. And perhaps some of this year's first-timers will be standing when WLIC returns to Korea in 2046. But let's focus on Busan now, today, in 2026. You know, I love the confidence of this year's theme, Libraries Powering Transformation. As Leslie said, the pace of technological, social, and political change can feel overwhelming. And libraries are on the front line, often helping those communities who are least prepared to make sense of it all. Because librarians are among the most trusted of professions. And trust cannot be bought. It is earned and it is priceless. And librarians often underestimate the power of being trusted by their communities. Do not underestimate it. That is the most valuable asset that you own. And there are many big tech companies who would almost sell their souls for that level of trust. So use it. But trust shouldn't make us cautious. It should make us bold, as Leslie would say. Because libraries aren't passive observers. We don't just respond to change. We have agency, and we can help shape what comes next. And that is why futures thinking is so important at this Congress, and why we'll carry it through to next year's centenary in London. It is a way of thinking, as Leslie said, a mindset, asking what we want to change, what we need to protect, and how international librarianship can help shape better futures for everyone. As we look towards IFLA 100, these questions matter for all of us. What is the future of international librarianship? And what kind of IFLA does the global library field need for its second century? And we want everyone in this auditorium at this Congress to help us answer those questions. This is your federation, your Congress, and your opportunity to help shape IFLA's second century. So use this week well. Join the futures conversations. Come to the President's session. Talk to us and help us build a federation ready for the century ahead. But above all, have fun. Have a wonderful week in this extraordinary country. Thank you. 감사합니다. And now it is my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Jiho Cha. Dr. Cha is a Member of Parliament in the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea and Under Secretary General for Future Strategies of the Democratic Party of Korea. He's a physician, global health scholar, futures thinker, and dedicated humanitarian. He's also Vice Chair of the National Committee working on the Congress. Before joining politics, he was a professor of future strategies at KAIST in South Korea and of humanitarian studies at the University of Manchester, UK. Dr. Cha's research and policy work focus on the global AI transformation in the era of polycrisis, particularly on designing the framework of the AI Universal Basic Society. The title of his presentation is The AI Universal Basic Society, Redefining Intelligence Infrastructure for a Sustainable Future. A remarkable man, and I cannot wait to hear this. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Such a long description of me. I'm very happy to be here, and as a congressman who are working on the artificial intelligence and also global inequality, I do know the importance of the librarian in this contemporary information ecosystem. You are the justice and you are the equity of this system, and so I'm very happy to be here and to share my idea with you. And about 20 years ago, and we had a Congress here in South Korea. At that time, it is in the middle of the information transition. So from analog information system, transit to the digital information ecosystem, and we had a great discussion on how we can make a universal access to the information and how we can enhance more equitable knowledge around the world. But now, 20 years later, we can see another big transformation. It is artificial lead intelligence transition. So many things will be changes in next 20 years, and I think this year is one of the beginning of that kind of transition. So today I would like to address one of the biggest question in our century. It is how we can make more equitable and distribution of our human intelligence system along with the artificial intelligence. That is my key message, and then I would like to share it with you. Yes, but I need to justify why am I here. And actually before I joined to the National Assembly as a politician, I was lifelong humanitarian physician in the context of the global inequality, and also AI scholars, and to enhance the intelligence system around the world. And based on my experience, I got lots of lessons learned, but one of the important lessons learned is that what is the true anatomy of the global inequality. And in the first time, working with the doctors without MSF or the other humanitarian organization, I could see the health vulnerability around the world. And with lots of the economic resource from outside or natural resource from inside, and there are many opportunity in many global south countries, but health system or the advanced scientists and technology matter cannot be or could not be improved enough. And one of the bottleneck was the human cognition system and what we call now human intelligence system. And I think one of the biggest inequality in our world is that the human intelligence system, because it needs the decades of the sustainability of the education system. Also, it needs to ensure universal access to the information. But until now, our world still stick in the extreme inequality on that. So today, I would like to make three big questions first. then move to the what is the librarian's role in this big transition to empowering just transition on that. So first question is that how we inherited an unequal intelligence system and until now, and then I will explain the future and what changed when this information system become intelligence system. And then now, what kind of AI society should we build now? And what is the role of our fellow librarian needed to do right now? So that is my key message. First, as I mentioned, I have trained in, actually Busan is my hometown. I studied here and I studied in the libraries in Busan, very beautiful library. And then I also studied in the UK and US, one of the most advanced intelligence system around the world. And then I have worked for the people in the marginalized in the globally. So for me, I could see extreme inequality in between two contexts, Korea, Europe, North America. The most advanced, the technology and science and access to information is there. But on the other hand, in the humanitarian crisis I have worked for, there is no single such a infrastructure and facility and to access our citizens or our children can learn and enhance their intelligence capability on to make something in the society. So number is very clear. Currently, we project shortage of the health workers by the 2030, 10 million healthcare workers shortage we can see. And you can see the physician density, highest and lowest income countries, it is more than 30 times. And truly speaking, in the most advanced high income countries and the least, it takes more than 1,000 times difference in between that. And also, more than 80% of the global R&D spending concentrated in only for 10 countries. So, since 20 years ago, and Congress in South Korea, and I do know librarians and also those who are in charge of the contemporary information system did a lot of work. And from the open access campaign to some advanced journal technology, and we all work for how to build a more public library for the community to access better information and etc. But in many cases, there is some available information, but there is no such a strong human intelligence system infrastructure, education, and higher education system, and also primary and secondary school, and etc. And to make people, our children, to be grown up with those who have a more intellectual capability in healthcare, science, and technology, and etc. So we need to make such a balanced ecosystem. Otherwise, the information alone cannot access or cannot make inequality of our world. So I do know, libraries was a social decision. And there are lots of the unequal inflows from the economics and industry and etc. to try to find more efficiency on this intelligence system and etc. But since the Industrial Revolution, there are strong movement and on the more equity intelligence system, more equity information system, etc. And libraries, it was the center of the public architecture of the contemporary information ecosystem. And this have continued especially when we encounter analog to digital information system transition, and there are many movements around the world. So we can see maybe 20 years ago, we can see internet or digital accessibility or digital library can solve many things. But you can see now, the world is currently still under extreme inequality to access information system and also education and etc. So my big question is that in this future, what changed when information system became intelligence system? So we need to identify what means the intelligence system. Previously, between the human to human, and the information is delivered by the human or human institute, you know. And so even in the digitalization of those information systems happen, but still information needs very well-trained human and to teach and to learn and to advance on that knowledge and then reproduce on those kind of information to the better one, and also how to apply those information into the action for our people, like healthcare. And the problem, as I mentioned, is that the stick to our system to mature our cognitive function, education, and also the other social stability to make it happen in the many of our marginalized countries and contexts. But now, intelligence system, especially led by the AI, combine this information and cognitive function. So now we can see the information is kind of living information is moving around. And then it can stick to the people in the global north and south, and in the most highly advanced country, and also the most marginalized country. Smartphone can access to the people, and not only with the information, but also with intelligence function. So now intelligence becomes portable beyond the border. And so now our intelligence infrastructure can work beyond the borders, and people can access those kind of intelligence system without their constraining stick to the national border. So for example, and healthcare, primary care worker in South Korea, and also somewhere in the most marginalized context, and if internet is accessible, and also if we can build up the correct, equitable healthcare ecosystem, and those both actors can be supported by the clinical decision supporting system by artificial intelligence, and then scale up their capability in the level of the doctors or specialists in the either context. And the problem is that those intelligence is become external and private. More than 90% or 95% of this intelligence transition have led by the private sector, and it will be led by private sector. So I think in the global intelligence system in healthcare and technology, education, etc., can be scaled up, but each country sovereignty can be problem. Cause those kind of intelligence system would not stick to the human resource inside, but the externalized and materialized artificial intelligence platform, which provided by the global big tech company. And second, we need to revisit what is our intellectual dignity of the human being. So until now, after Industrial Revolution, social productivity is always combined and produced by the human intelligence. But in the era of the artificial intelligence, we can see social production without human intelligence. And because artificial intelligence can provide more cost-effective way to make some productivity in our society. And then it makes us to revisit the question of what is the intellectual dignity of the human being if we cannot produce or we can produce less than the artificial intelligence for some social productivity and also economic productivity, and then how this ecosystem of the knowledge and intellectual system can be changed. And democracy issues. The AI now create our mind actually. And previously, all the information was delivered between the human to human and mediated by the human and the human institute like a library or medias and etc. But now AI algorithm curating all the most of the digital information and to us, and then it is not matter of the fake news or misinformation. AI now decide and curate which information can be delivered to whom. It is typically librarians' work and traditional legacy media's work, but now AI mediate all the information. And it can make a kind of the truly political crisis around the world, because distorted information ecosystem can make impact to the election or voting behavior, and then it impact on our political system, the fundamental, the kind of the system of our democracy. So in this sense, we need to address the very important question: what kind of AI society should we build now? So in Korea, we have such a vision, and it is already became our national priority, what we call AI Universal Basic Society. And AI Universal Basic Society, in this vision, we conceptualized AI not as an industrial competitor, but as a public intelligence or intelligence infrastructure, so that all people, without border, without their political background, without their economic kind of the factors and etc., those people can access intelligence system. And every country should access this intelligence infrastructure to scale up their healthcare system, their education system, their science and technology development, and etc. And then we can see the state-to-state competition or competition between the individual and community can be happening on top of this intelligence infrastructure. That is one of the biggest important transition and we need in this century. And what I call it is universal intelligence coverage. And so in my traditional area on the healthcare sector, we have a term of the universal health coverage. Every people without their background, regardless of their background, they should access healthcare. It is principle in the middle of the 21st century. But now in this AI transition, we should ensure universal accessibility, universal coverage on intelligence. So I think it is very important message, and the principle universal intelligence coverage should be adopted on the current librarians and information system, and if it is the transit to the intelligence. And Global AI Hub, South Korea recently make an agreement with the 9 UN agencies from the WHO, ILO, UNDP, UNICEF, UNEP, and etc., WFP, etc., and to move together on the AI functionality of each organization to build up it as one single campus. And South Korea, we try to support them, and so that this UN agency to build up some strong multilateral intelligence ecosystem to support marginalized country and also the member country of the UN agency. So that we have already societal model in this transition, and have a principle of the UIC, Universal Intelligence Coverage, and now we have a multilateral operational platform on that. So I would like to emphasize what is expected role, responsibility of the libraries to empower this intelligence transition for the people, for better equity and justice. That is the most important topic and vision in this Congress, I believe. So libraries already did a lot on this matter. In the information age, regardless it is analog or digital, libraries was center to make this information system and knowledge into public. You are the hub and center of the justice, center of the equity on the information system in the contemporary world. And also, like that, in the intelligence age, let's make intelligence public. It is your law, it is your new responsibility, and it should be the core of the intelligence transition. Otherwise, our future would be a bit more encounter deep inequality and privatize and also externalize with a lot of dependency on that. As I mentioned, you already did from the manuscript, print, digital, and now intelligence. Please continue your job in the era of the intelligence age. It is your responsibility. Yes. Yes, and also, just I adopted what you did: trust, universal access, professional mediation, cultural memory, intellectual freedom, public space. All of things you already did a lot. And please teach us to the politician and the other social sector and big tech company. Please teach us on your archetype of this principle. And also, what you must build now is that the gateway to public interest AI, center of the AI literacy and the local knowledge and language and human AI mediation institute, community problem solving hub. It is just start. So what you need to do is that actually we should build up the planetary public intelligence network. So previously, the librarians and information system is connected each other. But what else missing was the intelligence system and human cognition. And those kind of cognitive system in the society is missing. So we had ensured the universal access to the information, but we don't have such a good system to interpret it and understanding and to translate into the actual action in healthcare or in food system or crime resilient society and etc. So now who will mediate? Who will be initiative on this transition? I do believe it is historically your law and your responsibility. You should be the most strong advocate for the public infrastructure of the intelligence system in the intelligence age. And you can see all of your fellows coming from the very different context. And currently, our information system, libraries, education system is not equal. But now in this transition, if we have a chance to make it equal, make it justice, it is time to move together, fellow librarians. And so, thank you. This is my last slide, and it is my key message, and I do humbly ask you, libraries were the public archetype of the information system. And in the age of AI, you must become the public archetype of the intelligence system. I do hope you are the first mover to make our intelligence system into more public-oriented system. Thank you so much.
Yes, what a meaningful keynote address. It is now time to invite IFLA President Leslie Weir back to the stage for closing remarks. So if you could please come to the stage, and we have something special, of course, following. So she's going to make it back to stage. Can we give her another welcome, please?
Wow, what an opening keynote for our Congress. Thank you so much to Jin Ho Cha. What a provocative and thoughtful keynote. Intelligence being the next universal utility. And of course, libraries playing the key role in this intelligence transition. Libraries powering transformation. I believe that this was just the perfect start for our Congress as we explore the whole information intelligence environment that we work in and with. I think every delegate is going to leave this room with ideas percolating in their heads that we'll explore over the coming days. So I'd like you to join me in thanking once again our incredible keynote speaker. So our opening ceremony is coming to a close, but we have a very special way to actually launch the Congress today. So we're going to be closing our opening ceremony with something that may be a little surprising to some of you, but I hope that it will inspire you as we move forward over the coming days and over the next year as we move from Busan and explore our sustainable futures journey, moving towards London and our centenary. So now we will do the closing to our opening ceremony.
Yes, yes, indeed. All right, so we are ready for the gong. You see it on stage, of course. So for the first strike, we're going to invite the organizational co-chair, Ji Ho-cha, back onto the stage. If you could please make it back onto the stage. 네, 차지호 공동조직위원장님께서 네, 우선 준비되셨나요? 자, 제1타 네, 부탁드립니다. 첫 울림을 부탁드립니다. 부탁드립니다. 아, 네. 잠시만요. 아, 네. 네, 오셨군요. We're going to have a change in plan. So for the first one, the strike of the gong, we have once again 정연욱 공동조직위원장님. 네, 첫 울림을 부탁드립니다. And now for our other organizational co-chair and also the keynote speaker, if we can have 차지호 공동조직위원장님께서, if you can strike the second gong. And of course, last but not least, the final strike by President Leslie Weir. Please declare WLIC 2026 Busan officially open. Here we go. So with this, the light of knowledge spreads from Busan to the world. We hereby declare the World Library and Information Congress 2026 Busan officially open, and this concludes the opening ceremony. Thank you so much for joining us today, and please follow our staff's guidance. Thank you so much. And I hear that we are actually going to be taking some commemorative photos. So first with the guests on stage, and then the guests in the first row, please do not exit. You're going to be joining us on stage for photos. The guests in the first row, if you could please make it onto the stage. 네, 기념 촬영하겠습니다. 첫 줄에 계신 귀빈분들, 네, 무대 위로 부탁드립니다. 네, 첫 번째 줄에 귀빈분들 무대 위로 오시면 네, 촬영을 하겠습니다. For people in the front row, the dignitaries, if you could make it onto the stage to take commemorative photos, we would appreciate it. Thank you.